It's time for the One Bar and Lupaga Show, bringing you anything and everything Minnesota Vikings.
Welcome to professional football.
All right, welcome back to the One Bar and Lupaga Show. I am One Bar, and we are going to rip out a quick mock draft for rounds 2 and rounds 3. The Vikings, as of now, have 3 picks for tonight. Draft starts at 6. Just a quick disclaimer, don't think it's starting at 7. You're going to miss some picks. So they have pick 58, 89, and 105. So 2 picks in round 3, 1 pick in round 2, 105, courtesy of Sheldon Richardson. Boom. But the Vikings already put a pretty good-sized dent in their needs at receiver and corner, as we know. But by no means are they done. They got some other positions to address, and I think in rounds 2 and 3 that I think we're going to get a little fancy and address those. And let's get right into it. At pick 58, there are still a ton of talented players out there. Antoine Winfield, we got McKinney, we got Delpit, we still got quite a few offensive linemen that are out on the board. Ezra Cleveland, Josh Jones. So there's going to be somebody probably extremely sexy to the Vikings at pick 58. But I think that they're going to go for a little bit more of a need at 58, but hopefully that fits with the value. So at 58, I have them going Robert Hunt, guard, Louisiana. Robert Hunt is a mauler. He is a guy that you can plug in day one for sure, and he is gonna be a huge improvement. Robert Hunt is a guy that has risen up the draft charts the last couple of weeks, and rightfully so. The best part about him, I already said, he plays not nice. He's going to come in. He is going to add something to this offensive line that it kind of needs, a pissed off mode. I mean, we got Brian O'Neill. He's a sweetheart. Pat Elflein, Garrett Bradbury. Robert Hunt is not, and hopefully that rubs off if we get a chance to get him. Fills a huge need. If we could come out of the rounds 1 and 2 with a starting corner, receiver, and a guard, that would be huge. The big question with Hunt is there's quite a few other teams that also are in love with him, and he very well could be gone at pick 58. So we will see. But Robert Hunt is my pick. Let's go to round 3. Round 3 again, squashing another need this time. We're finally heading over to the defensive line, and that is Raekwon Davis of Alabama, defensive tackle, just a beast. Can take on double teams. He's freeing up space for other guys. He is a monster out there. He's a man amongst boys. We've talked about him quite a bit, but the big thing with him is teams just don't see that he's got the higher ceiling as some of these other guys that might be coming in, and that he's peaked. And even if he has peaked, he is going to be a very good defensive lineman in the NFL. He would come in and push for quite a bit of playing time as a rookie. Him next to a Michael Pierce alongside of Daniil Hunter and Odenigbo would give this team some depth that it desperately needs in the middle. And I'm not huge on defensive tackles, but in round 3, we've had Jalen Holmes, we've had Jaleel Johnson. Hopefully we actually hit on this one. And Raekwon Davis has put together quite the resume, and he will be the real deal. And worst case with him is he is just a rotational guy, that a backup that is going to come in and add a little bit of punch to this defensive line. So Raekwon Davis at pick 89. And finally, the last pick of round 3, 105, I got us going back to the offensive line. This is going to be about the spot that after round 3, the offensive linemen are going to start to take a little bit of a nosedive, and hopefully we can get one of those, 2 or 3 guys that can come in and still be a good player. And I got us going offensive tackle from Auburn, Prince Tega Wanogho. Complete potential pick, complete ceiling pick. He is not going to come in most likely as a rookie and push for any sort of playing time, which would be okay because we still do have Riley Reef on the roster. We've talked about Reef quite a bit on a few episodes ago, but he still produces. He's still a decent left tackle. Some people might cringe when I say that, but the fact is he's an all right left tackle. Prince Tega Wanogho could come in, sit for a year. He's very raw. He hasn't been playing football that long, but he's a monster. Again, like Robert Hunt, he's not very nice. He's not very nice to opposing defensive linemen. He plays angry. Again, I love that. I love the fact that he's got potential. Boomer bust type pick, but in round 3 and round 3, value is definitely worth it. So let's go through this mock. So round 2, I got us going guard Robert Hunt. Round 3, Raekwon Davis, defensive tackle from Alabama. And end of round 3, Prince Tega Wannago, offensive tackle from Auburn. I think these are all realistic picks. I think they're all picks that could come in and help, especially those first 2. Wannago would add some good depth, and in a year or 2, I could see him pushing to be a left tackle in the NFL. And even if these aren't the players, I do think these are positions that we'll have very high on our radar. Other positions that we could be looking at, I could see safety, just because there's going to be extreme value there. There's still a lot of safeties on the board. We know the depth at safety right now is piss poor. So we're going to get some value there. I mean, round 2 is, Winfield's still there. Jeremy Chinn's still there. Like I said, Delpit, McKinney, very good players still on the board. So be on the lookout for safety. I wouldn't completely rule out another receiver. It would probably be that last pick in the 3rd round, just completely based on who's there. Van Jefferson. There's going to be some sexy names still there. So we shall see. But offensive line, I think, is going to be the focus of tonight. So another thing to keep in mind is we got those 2 thirds. We got those 2 fourths. If there's a guy in round 2, end of round 2, after our first pick that is there and we want him, we got some ammo to move up. Same thing when we get into round 3. Those 4th rounders are going to come in handy. And if we end up keeping both thirds and both fourths, I guess I'd be very surprised. Deep down, I hope we package one up, hop up a little bit, and get another stallion, and we'll see what happens. And also, Trent Williams. It's becoming interesting. You never know. Where there's smoke, there's fire. We might have an offensive tackle right there. We shall see. All right, we'll be back after the draft tonight, recapping what went down. Hopefully we are in good moods. And remember, subscribe to the channel, like the video. We will see you soon.